Hi everybody, it's me Joe and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video we're going to have a listening exercise that is very similar to the IELTS test. When you take the IELTS test you have to do some listening and you have to either fill in some charts or answer some questions. So that's what I'm going to do for you here. I'm going to show you a chart while I tell you a story. And while you're listening, I want you to try your best to fill in the chart. There's going to be numbers in the chart, so you could just write it on a piece of paper. And then afterwards, I'm going to tell you the answers. Also, at the end of the video, in case this story is too easy for you, I'm going to give you some hard advanced questions to see if you can remember what you heard. All right, not at the same time. After you listen to the story, then try and answer those questions. And I will also give you the answers. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the chart on the whiteboard. And while you're watching that chart, I'm going to tell you the story. You can listen to the story, watch the chart, and then fill in the answers, okay? And remember, wait to the end. There's more advanced questions to come at the very end, all right? Let's check out that whiteboard now. So, here is the whiteboard. So you can see on the left side, it says the person, and we got mom, dad, and my brother. Along the top, we have three different things that we want to find out: who discovered the problem, the reason why they couldn't go up on the roof, and what they said after I fixed the problem. Two of the answers are filled in. You can see under Dad, the reason why he couldn't go up on the roof was he's too old. All right. And what I said after I fixed the problem, Mom said, "Where were you?" Okay. So I put those hints in there because they're kind of like you would see on an IELTS test, and it'll help you to say, all right, what section of the story we are in. Okay? So now listen to the story. This story happened about, must be over 20 years ago now. I was at home visiting my parents over Christmas holidays. I was in the kitchen with my mom and my brother, and we were playing cards. We were enjoying our time and having a good time playing cards when my dad walked in to the kitchen and he said, "Hey, what happened to the heat?" And we hadn't noticed anything. He was the only one who noticed it. The furnace, the heater for the house, had turned off. Okay? So in Canada, in the winter, this can be a big problem because there was a snowstorm outside at the moment, and it was very cold, very snowy, and our furnace was turned off. That's dangerous. So my dad called the heating company, right? They're the people that lease us the furnace, and they bring us oil, and they're the ones that know how to fix problems with that. He called them up, and he just told them the problem, that the furnace had just turned off. And they said, it's probably because there's so much snow on our roof, it has covered over our chimney. And once you cover up a chimney is usually where smoke comes out of a house, but it also lets oxygen come into your house and down into the furnace. If no oxygen can come down into the furnace, it will shut off. So our chimney was probably covered with snow, and somebody was going to have to clean it off. Dad asked the people at the company if they were going to come out and do that for us, but they said, there's a storm happening right now and none of our trucks can move. The highways were all closed. So that meant one of us in the house was going to have to go up. Either my mom, my dad, my brother, or myself. So Dad got off the phone and I asked my mom, "Hey Mom, are you going to go up on the roof?" And she kind of looked at me she knew I was just joking because my mom was very old at that time. And also she's in a wheelchair. There's no way that she can go up on the roof. I didn't even ask my dad because my dad probably would have wanted to go up on the roof, but he was also very old. He was about 70 or 72 years old at that time. And my brother, well, I'm a big guy. I got a big stomach, but my brother is like twice the size I am. So he is too big. He can't maneuver and get up on the roof. So it was going to have to be me. So I got my winter clothes on, and so did my brother. He was going to help me. And we got out onto the front deck, and I had to climb up on the roof of my parents' house by stepping on a garbage can and also putting a foot on a fence, and my brother actually holding my legs and kind of pushing me up onto the roof of our house. So I got up there. It was slippery and dangerous, but I did get up there, and my brother handed me a shovel. Then I slowly pushed the snow off the roof, pushing it away, shoveling it away. I got to the chimney and uncovered it. As soon as I uncovered the chimney, got the snow away from the top of the chimney, oxygen could get down through the chimney, and I could hear the furnace turn on. Even from on top of the roof, and there's a bit of a storm going on, I could hear the furnace go, vroom. So we knew, okay, we've got heat again now. Everybody's going to be okay. No problem. I'm a hero. So then I slowly walked back down the roof. Not a very steep roof, but there's a little angle. I walked back down the roof towards the deck again. I handed my brother the shovel. Now, getting up on the roof was very treacherous, very dangerous, but getting down the same way was impossible because it was really slippery. I couldn't see myself trying to get down, stepping on the fence because it's just a little bit too far. I probably would have slipped and would have hurt myself. So I told my brother, because the snow was up so high near the roof where I was standing, I was just going to jump off the roof. I was only going to probably have to jump 1 meter, and then I would hit some snow. The snow would be soft on the top and then get harder because older snow is harder. I'd probably sink down into the snow, maybe up to my knees. And then I thought I can just walk off the top of the snow onto the deck, brush off the snow, go back in the house. That was my plan. That was my idea. And my brother, he agreed, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Nothing wrong with that. You won't get hurt. It's safe, easy, a little fun. So I jumped. I thought I would go into the snow up to my knees. In fact, I went into the snow up to my ears. I went right down all the way up to my ears. I was stuck. My hands were down beside my body. My feet were straight down. I was in trouble. And I was like, oh my God, oh no. So I said, Charlie, my brother's name, Charlie, help me. And he said, this is what he said to me. All right, just wait. I'll be right back. And then he ran in the house. And he came back with a camera. And he took my picture. And then he went back in the house and turned the light off. So I'm in the snowbank up to my ears. And the light is dark and it's storming out. And my brother's inside. Aha, thank you very much. I'm super angry now. So I had to spend the next 10 minutes, I was pushing the snow away. You had to go easy because I don't want to lose a glove or lose a winter boot. If I pull my leg out too fast, lose a boot at the bottom of the snow, I won't get it until spring. So I had to push snow away, push it away, kind of move my body back and forth, wiggle around, until I could get my legs and my feet out. Then I had to kind of roll myself out of the snow and down the snowbank away from the house. Finally, I could stand up. I walked around back onto the deck and then back into the house. When I walked into the house, I saw my mom and my dad and my brother playing cards at the kitchen table, dry and happy. My mom and dad were a little surprised to see me, but my brother was laughing. My mom said, "Ooh, where were you?" And my dad asked, "Why are you so wet?" I just walked over, across the kitchen floor, and I gave my brother a big hug. I was soaking wet, so all that wetness went onto him. And then when I stopped the embrace, then I punched him. So that was the story of the Christmas storm at my parents' house. All right? So, did you get all those answers? All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in those answers. You can pause the video here if you want to and go back over the story again to see if you can listen and hear the answers. But now I'm going to write them in and you're going to see them. Okay? Here we go. So here are the answers to the questions. So the first one, who discovered the problem? My mom? No. My brother, number 3, question 3, no. My dad? Yes. He was the one who knew that the furnace had turned off, and he walked into the kitchen to tell all of us. Next question, reason why they couldn't go up on the roof. You already knew my dad was too old. He would have been eager, but he was an old man, maybe around 72 years old then. I asked my mom as a joke, but we all know she was too old and in a wheelchair, so she couldn't go. And my brother, he's a bigger guy than me, so he was too big to go up. All right? I don't know if he'll see this video, and he might get angry for me telling the internet about that. All right, last question. What they said after I fixed the problem. So we know that Mom said, "Where were you?" So she asked where I was. She didn't know why I was outside so long. Charlie hadn't told her anything about me being stuck or anything, so she was confused. My dad, number 6, my dad said, "Why are you all wet?" So I was totally soaked, and that was his first question after I fixed the problem. My brother, what he said after I fixed the problem was, "Just wait, I'll be right back." Okay, that's when he went and got the camera to take my picture, and he didn't really help me at all. All right, stay tuned now. I'm going to ask some more advanced questions. The story is all over. Can you answer this next set of questions? So here are the 3 questions. Number 1, what did I have to do? Okay, what did I have to do? Can you put that into words? Number 2, why didn't I want to climb down the same way I went up? And the third one, number 3, what did I do to my brother after I got back in the house? You can pause the video now and try and figure out answers. Put your answers into words and then play the video again and see if your words match up these. If you do match well, then you're very good at listening and very good at English. Okay? Let's see. Now let's see if your answers can match these answers. So the answer to question number 1, what did I have to do? I had to go up on the roof of my parents' house to brush snow away from the chimney. Number 2, why didn't I want to climb down the same way I went up? It would be too dangerous to climb back down the same way because I might fall. And number 3, what did I do to my brother after I got back in the house? I went over to him and gave him a big hug because I was wet, and then I punched him. Those are the 3 answers to these 3 extra advanced questions. I hope you got them all right. If you didn't, go back and listen to the story again. And down in the comments, why don't you tell me what you think of my story and if you have any questions about my story. Okay? That's it for now. Bye-bye.